Welcome to Crafty Little Beach. This is Julie. Today I have a Dollar Tree DIY for you. For this DIY, I'm going to use a Dollar Tree pot. I picked up the one that kind of looks like a wooden bucket. And what I want to do is make this into a big fairy garden that I can put in my landscaping outside. So, the local fairies can use it and all. I thought it would be fun to try to do that because the fairy garden section also has like the doors and like the windows now. So I thought I could take the door and the window set, add it to the pot. The fact that it looks like a wooden barrel, I think kind of goes with the look of a fairy house, a fairy garden house. And so let's see what we can do with these. These are made out of ceramic material, and I want to glue them to that little pot. The pot itself is plastic. So I was thinking I'm probably going to need a stronger glue than I normally use. So I'm using some Gorilla Glue. And I'm going to combine that with hot glue so that I can get it on there quickly, but it's going to glue on stronger because I'm going to put this outside in my landscaping, so I want it to be able to hold up, right? So I'm going to have my door like that, flush with the bottom of it when it's upside down, just like that. And it's flat on the back, and of course the surface is rounded, but it's a pretty good area to contact. The most contact is down here on the bottom, so that's where I'm going to put the Gorilla Glue, and then I put hot glue up here on the top to glue it into place at least temporarily. And there is a little bit of gap around the arch of the door there, as you see, and I'll show you how I go about filling that up. It's also a fun way to decorate this giant fairy house. And I'm going to do the same thing on the windows. I'm going to do half of it with the Gorilla Glue and half of it with the Gorilla Glue hot glue. For the windows, I decided to offset them a little bit. This one I did almost all the way over on the side of the barrel, and this one I'm going to do a little closer to the front door just because I kind of like the asymmetrical look, especially because I want to do something kind of asymmetrical to decorate this fairy garden house. So this is what it looks like so far. We've got the door, we've got the two windows. The top of it is the bottom of that pot, so it has all those holes in it and everything. I thought the easiest way to make a roof would be to do a stone roof. So I'm going to use some of those little stones from the Dollar Tree and cover the roof. It's going to cover all of the holes and all this area up here, and it's going to give it that great like fairy garden house look. I just start with hot glue. I do go in and reinforce it with some stronger glue because this is probably not going to hold up outside here in Florida. But I did get a good start with the hot glue, and it's definitely easier because it dries quicker. But I just go around the edges with these, and I'm just trying to lay them down, trying to find the flat surface so I can make as much contact as I can with the pot there to glue those down. Another option to cover the roof, you could use the reindeer moss to cover the roof, but I have another idea for that on this project, so I thought stones on the roof would be perfect. So I just worked my way all the way around, and then for the inside, I just put like half of it with hot glue down, put the pebbles down inside, and then did the same thing here on the other side. Now, I do want to make sure everything is secure, and I kind of want to build it up a little bit, not necessarily a second layer of pebbles, but every now here and there, I'm just going to make it a little bit taller, make it look a little bit more random. And I want to try to cover up a lot of those gaps where you could see like the plastic behind it and stuff like that. So I just go around with some more and just add some pebbles to it until I am happy with it. I love the colors of these stones. I think they're really pretty, and they're totally going to go with the aesthetic look that I was going for this little fairy garden house. And then I went in with the Gorilla Glue and I tried to glue these on a little bit better. They're on the top, so that's going to help a little bit. It's not like they're trying to defy gravity like the doors and the windows. And then I'm going to go in here and fill up the gaps. Any gaps that you can see between the rocks. I don't want to be able to see any of the plastic pot. I'm just using some of that brown floral moss and some hot glue and just going in and filling those in. It gives it a fun little forest quality, and it also serves the purpose by filling in all of those gaps between the rocks. That way I don't have to keep building with them. I think that's enough to cover the top of it, and it gives it a cool stone roof look. And I did the brown floral moss just to kind of mix it up a little bit, but you could use whatever you have. I wanted this to be like lots of browns and greens on this little house. Now to cover the gap around the door, it's already got like a mossy look there on top. So I'm gonna continue that on with the reindeer moss from the Dollar Tree. So that's gonna fill in that gap perfectly, make it look like it's intentional and that it's not sticking out like that. And I go all the way around the arch of the door, just attaching that with hot glue. You could always use some stronger glue for that if you wanted to, but hot glue and something really light like this, I think should work well. Then I'm going to continue it on, at least on one side. So this is the side that I made the window a little closer. And I'm going to continue that reindeer moss on, making it look like moss has grown, but like only on this side of the house. And I want it to kind of be like evenly kind of arched over that window, going all the way up to the roof and then kind of coming down the other side of the window. It's not super curved like I want it, so I'm gonna add a little bit more here to finish off the look I was going for. And I think this gave it a really cool vibe. And this is so fun. I'm gonna set this out in my landscaping. I think it looks so cute. I'm gonna use some of these like little wood ornament slices from the Dollar Tree. I think these are gonna be perfect stepping stones. I can put these like in my mulch as little stepping stones, like leading out to it, kind of like this. And I think that will be so fun. Isn't this so cute? Our little fairy garden house made out of a Dollar Tree pot and a couple items that I found there from the Dollar Tree. I love it. I think it's really whimsical and fun. And I think it would go with about any decor. It would look good in your garden, your landscaping, even like out by a tree or something like that. The little ones would absolutely love it. I'm not a little one, and I think they're so cool.